Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's a Kevin Jackson show where we expose leftism at its finest, which it has no finest, so that means at its worst, because that's all it is at its worst. You can never please leftists, no matter how hard you try. Don't even do it. If you give them $1,000, they will ask you, why didn't you give us more? I mean, out of the blue. They'll say something like, what did you get? It could just be a fresh $1,000 and they will act like there's more. Or they'll show up next week and go, what you got for me this week? That's just the way they are. They can't go, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I was just needing this to do blankety blank. Now you've allowed me to do this, and I'm going to take this money and pay it forward. I'm going to do something good with a part of it. Then I'm going to give part of it to the Lord. I'm going to give part of it to people who've needed things as well. And then I'm going to take mine and do something good with it. I'm going to multiply it. No, they will blow it. And they will come back looking for more. And if you don't have it, they will shake you down. They'll bring a friend. They will beat the crap out of you for it. That's the dude that gave me that $1,000 the other day. Really? That's him? All right, let's go get it. And they'll ask you at first, hey, man, look, you gave me $1,000 the other day. Yeah, I just wondered if you might have another one. No, dude, that was it. Oh, well, look like things ain't going to go your way today. They will take it. And if they can't take it, they will get help taking it. And if the help that they can't get taken, they'll escalate it till they're finally getting what they want. And what they want is what's in your pocket, what you have earned or decided to give out of the goodness of your heart. That's all they care about. And if you pick up any media outlet you want, I promise you will see leftism defined in such a way that it will blow your mind. And I'll give you an example because we've been talking about Google. The guy who sued Google saying, you know what, look, I'm sympathetic to women and their causes and things like this, but it's not always the way they put it. It's like black folks. You know, the cops, man, they keeping the brother down. It's not always the way black people put it. In fact, with special interests, it rarely is. Special interests are called special interests for a reason. That's all they care about is their interest. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people at large. They only care about themselves. And a good example are these Google women. And I'm torn. I'll be honest with you. I'm torn in this story with the Google chicks. The reason is we owe Google nothing. Google is a leftist organization run by Sergey Brin and others, and they don't care. Again, they don't care about the nation at large. They don't even follow the rules that they claim to follow. And I don't blame them for this because Google should be able to hire who it wants. But Google violates all the Department of Labor, the EEOC stuff constantly. Constantly. But I'm not going to be mad at them because they want the best people. I'm happy about that. So when I found out that they were going to be sued by a group of women, I was happy that Google's being sued because they should be sued for their own leftist policies. But I'm also sad because they don't deserve to be sued. Jesse Jackson's been wanting to wage a lawsuit against these guys for, I don't know, better part of a decade. Black people use Google. So he's saying the Google has been disproportionate in hiring non-blacks over blacks since the company's inception. And they want something done about it. He does anyway. But Google's gotten around it by saying, hey, look, bring us the black candidates. If they're qualified, we'd love to hire them. Even in fact, we will give money to make sure that these kids have the opportunity to do so. And they still can't get answers back. Can't get black folks to bring it in. So what do you say? And the same is true of women. Google has no gender policy. There are a bunch of leftists who bought into this nonsense that women are being oppressed. So what do you think? Oh, no, there's no way we're going to be able to do it. The Google wants you. Go there. They want you. But here's where we are. I want to play this clip and we'll dissect it just a little bit.
And Google could be facing a new lawsuit. Dozens of women have come forward accusing the tech giant of gender discrimination. KPIX5's Kit Doe is live at Google headquarters in Mountain View. Kit?
Yeah, a prominent civil rights attorney here in the Bay Area has been taking calls from female Google employees, both past and present. He says that they had no idea how much their male colleagues were getting paid. When they finally found out, they were upset, demoralized, and now they want to sue. When civil rights attorney James Finberg asked on social media if any female Google employees out there thought they were unfairly getting paid less than male coworkers, the phone started ringing.
In my experience, having 70 people call you when you put up a post about a company is a very large outpouring of dissatisfaction.
Back in April, the Office of Federal Contractor Compliance Programs, a division of the Department of Labor, testified in federal court about an ongoing investigation into Google's pay practices. The OFCCP told The Guardian the department has received compelling evidence of very significant discrimination against women in the most common positions at Google headquarters. Discrimination against women in Google is quite extreme.
And they complained to human resources and nothing was done about it.
So here's my quandary. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. My quandary is I want Google to lose. I want Google to face the wrath of leftism. I really do. They deserve it. I want Google, Facebook, I want anytime leftists create something, I want them to be force-fed it. But at the same time, I know this is complete and utter nonsense. And I want the women's movement to get their butts kicked simultaneously. In this case, it's mutually exclusive. I can't have both of those. One's going to win, one's going to lose. And if there has to be a winner, it needs to be Google in this one. See, I love how this was framed out. You have a civil rights attorney, which, by the way, means leftist, money-grubbing leech. And he puts out a thing on social media that says, if you worked at Google and you feel that you've been slighted in any way, put that out for any company and see what happens. So he puts it out to women. You've been slighted. What was your pay? Let me tell you how Google set the pay. Google interviewed these women, these guys out of college, and said, we'd love for you to come work at Google. Here's what we're willing to pay you. And they said it was, 75, 80 grand. Something like that. So the men said, nah, I can get a better deal going to blankety blank, and I'm going to take that deal. And then Google fired back and said, no, I'll tell you what, we'll match that. And that was it. Women came out of college and Google said, here's your pay rate. I'm you know what I meant. And they said, great. And they took it. And I don't know how they valued themselves or whatever, but that's all that happened here. And I love how they say they had no idea that their male colleagues were getting paid so much. Who does? Who knows what anybody gets paid? Look, I don't know what anybody in my industry makes. I often tell myself, and I got to remember this when I'm obviously negotiating with my own deals, is I look at Rachel Maddow, I look at Megyn Kelly's deals, I look at Al Sharpton, I look at some of these MSNBC people, and these are people making millions of dollars doing stuff that I think is a joke. But you know what? When somebody talks to you and says, hey, you may negotiate with Fox and you may be looking at a 7 or an 8-figure deal. You're like, whoa, I don't know. You start to second guess yourself. And it's human nature. You're like, man, that's a lot of cheddar. But if you put it in comparison to others, I don't know how much oomph Maddow thinks she has. Let's face it. They look at your ratings. The negotiation that I might have with, and I'll just use Fox as an example, on the onset may be based on, look, I don't have enough of a track record to be able to demand this kind of money. But then the second negotiation, you can be guaranteed I'm going to go, okay, I know my value. But what's funny is a civil rights attorney does this. He says 70 people responded. That's a large outpouring. Maybe it is. I don't know. But if that is a large outpouring, okay, great. And then they say the Department of Labor has been investigating Google's pay practices. Investigating what? The average person working at Google makes a fortune. What are you investigating? They make a lot of money. So Google makes a ton of money, and the people working there make a ton of money. They all seem happy at the time. I keep coming back to, how do you go back in retrospect and try to make people unhappy with the deals that they cut? That's when you're a troublemaker. If you like the deal and it got you to the next deal, congratulations, move on.
Kevin Jackson on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.